When I first decided, hey, I'm going to go to law school as a middle-aged single mother, I had loved ones who were like, Lisa, maybe this is not, the right time for you. You have a whole mortgage. You can't work while you go to law school. You have a whole child to take care of. And they couldn't see the vision. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my party people. It's Lisa Knox with Lisa Talks. And today, I just wanted to sort of spout my, opinion on my thoughts and have a real deep, candid conversation with my peeps today. And you all are my peeps. So I've been thinking about things and I realized, someone asked me, Lisa, what is the secret to your success? Well, one of those secrets to my success is that I'm always grinding. I never feel like I've reached or I've arrived. But in my grind, I've had to learn that everybody can't go on the journey with me and everybody's not going to understand my journey. And when I say everybody can't go on the journey with me, there will be times as you evolve. And I'm not even going to say grow, but just as you evolve, because we're never who we were a year ago, or even 6 months ago, right? But as you evolve, where the people you began your journey with are not evolving at the same time or the same rate that you are. And so at some point you may have to say, I love you and I know you love me, but we have to go, on our separate journeys. And if our journeys reconnect, I will be happy to greet you. And if our journeys don't reconnect, then I'm still going to be happy for your success, as I hope you're going to be happy for mine. And I think that's a very polite way of putting it, that everybody can't come on the journey with you. It's not everybody else's journey. It's your journey. It's your rise or fall, but we're talking about rising now, right? So it's your rise. And therefore, you have to be courageous enough to traverse on your own, and not just because, it requires you to be by yourself, but also because everybody's not going to understand the reasons behind why you're going on this journey. There were so many people when I first said, hey, I'm going to go to law school. There were so many people who I know love me. They had my best intentions in mind, right? But they can only see how they see things. So when I first decided, hey, I'm going to go to law school, as a middle-aged single mother, I had loved ones who were like, Lisa, maybe this is not, the right time for you. This doesn't make sense. You have a whole mortgage. And that is a quote. You have a whole mortgage. You can't work while you go to law school. Side note, you can work while you go to law school, but I would not advise it. You have a whole child to take care of. And they couldn't see the vision. Now, I couldn't see, quote unquote, the vision either, because I was just really putting one foot in front of the other, moving the way that I felt like I was being led to be moved. But I could see that was my path. And it's fine. It doesn't mean any harm that, my loved ones were saying, hey, I don't think this is the right way. They were afraid for me. They were saying that out of love. They didn't mean anything malicious behind that, but they could not go on that journey with me. They were not going to be able to be the supportive role for my journey through law school. And that's okay. When I decided to move to a whole different city where I had no connections really, and it was just me, a lot of my loved ones were like, what the hell are you thinking? I can say hell. It's my little talk show, right? It's my little podcast, so I can say hell. So they were like, what the hell are you thinking? And the truth is, as I sit here and sip this good cup of coffee right now, the truth is I have no idea what I was thinking. But what I know is that was where my path was leading me. And so although they were, once again, not able to be supportive, I knew that they loved me in their own way. I knew that they were trying to process in their own way, but I knew that they could not join me in that journey either. That was going to be something that I was going to have to do alone. That was going to be something that I was going to have to be willing to, jump out by myself. And so there's going to be things, that looking back, and let me back up, looking back, had I not gone to law school, had I not moved away from my family and started a whole new life in a whole new place, I don't think I would be here talking with you all right now, right? And so I say that because there's something to be said about being willing to jump out by yourself. Everybody's not going to be under your under your wing, on your team, on your cheerleading team, They may want the best for you, but they're not going to be able to be. And I would encourage you, one, just because your loved one says, ooh, that doesn't make sense, don't lose sight of your vision, right? But two, and this is so very important, don't spend time focused on being angry with them because they can't see the vision either, right? They have their journey that they have to go on. And maybe watching you on your journey is part of their journey. Who knows, right? But you have to keep an open mind about that. You can't spend your time angry. You need to be focused on your journey. And the fact that, you know what, you're going to have to do it alone. I equate it to like when you go on a road trip by yourself. So when you go on a road trip with friends and family and all, everybody packs stuff. And then sometimes it's like, oh, I need a blanket. I didn't pack a blanket. And another family member or friend will say, oh, well, I brought one. You can use mine. Or you can use my jacket. Or, hey, you brought a toothbrush, but you forgot toothpaste. I got toothpaste. You can use mine. But when you're traveling on your own, right, you only have a few options. Option one is, oh my gosh, I forgot something. I'm going to have to go without and work around it. Or, I'm going to have to figure out a way to get it. Or, and this is a challenge to hold on to, I'm just going to have to trust that it will be available to me when I need it. Now, this goes beyond toothpaste, because some of y'all have been trusting that the toothpaste is going to be available to you when you need it. You need it. Okay, you need it. But it goes even on to deeper levels. Hey, my family, my friends, they didn't see my vision. They're not part of my support group. I don't have any support. Not necessarily. You just got to trust that you're going to find support where and when you need it. Hey, I don't know all the answers to this. I should know what's going to happen beforehand. Not necessarily. You just got to trust and find that you're going to have the options and have the resources when you need them, or that you're going to be able to make it without those resources. So I guess what I'm saying, my overall takeaway from this conversation is be all right with going on your journey alone. Everybody can't come with you on your journey. Everybody can't come with you on your journey. And you don't have to be angry with people because they can't come with you on your journey. It's your journey. You just have to be ready for all that you may experience with your journey. And know that, as you evolve, your journeys will evolve. You will not stop having journeys. You will have more journeys. But as you evolve, your journeys will evolve. And you will eventually get very comfortable with going on your journey on your own, And like I said, be okay with the friends and family who can't come to you, can't come with you on your journey. It's okay to love them from a distance while they go on their journey and while you go on yours. And if you all see each other, at some point, then greet each other with love. And if you all don't, then it still doesn't change the fact that you should wish them the best and they should wish you the same. In the meantime, as we go on these journeys, understand that it's a learning opportunity for you to get to know yourself and to experience your strengths and your weaknesses and your true depth. And know that, the journey doesn't end because the learning doesn't end. And we'll talk more about that. It's one of the hardest life lessons I've had to learn. So if you, can hear this lesson and it can benefit you so that you don't have to fall, for the mistakes that I fell for, then hey, take it and run with it, At some point, we are going to also talk about how to gracefully say no, because that's something I had to learn on my journey. And also how everybody should not be allowed to sit at your table, right? So it's a difference between people who love you and just can't see the vision, right? Compared to the people who truly are not going to be beneficial for you. And so you can't allow them at your table because they're going to take the tablecloth and the food that's on it. That's a whole other conversation though. But in the meantime, in between time, hopefully this is giving you some encouragement and some help. Maybe it's addressed an issue that you're having. And if you have an issue like that, put it down there. Share it with us. Let's engage in a conversation. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable and be open, because that's what we do over here at Lisa Talks. We talk and we listen. We sometimes will judge quietly, but we're here. We hold each other up. We lift each other up, and we share with each other their strength and vulnerability. In the meantime, in between time, until the next time, take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. All right. We'll talk soon. Lisa Talks is out.